Putin has gravely miscalculated. As President Biden made clear last night, this is President Putin's war. This isn't the Russian people's war.
Where's the video coming from?
It's becoming clearer by the day that the Russian people oppose it. Members of the Russian military oppose it and had no idea.
Dog, the people fucking opposed it before the sanctions, by the way. It's not like the argument about Trump, like Putin and Trump's relationship being like a positive one, is one that leftists actually would make normally, but right-wingers make it too sometimes, and liberals who want to own right-wingers make it, which is that like Trump just would have conceded. Trump would have done what's necessary. Like what? Drop nukes, dude? Trump would have done what's necessary. He would have dropped those fucking nukes.
Places around.
Fuck it. We would all be destroyed in nuclear war, but fuck it, dude. Orange man, he would have done what's right.
A lot of other places around the world, they just fold the minute there's any type of adversity. I mean, can you imagine if he went into France, would they do anything to put up a fight? Probably not. And so those folks, you know, are stepping up, but there's a lot of problems, I think.
Oh my God. Oh shit, dude. Bro. Homie said France would have rolled. France. Yo.
Between now and then, and I think, unfortunately, it's going to end up very, very ugly over the next weeks and months. A lot of...
I mean, it's kind of fucked up. I mean, we make like France. I don't even understand where he's. I don't understand this analogy. I'm sorry, it's too big brain for me. This is what a nuclear war would actually look like. HBO.
Since the dawn of the nuclear age in the 1940s, global stability has rested on a certain set of assumptions. Most of the world's nuclear capability was split between the US and Russia, and the umbrella of American protection meant
there's
that
a lot of people
allies
seemingly
didn't have
forget.
to develop nukes of their own. That appears to be changing. President Trump has famously been less hawkish about standing up to Russia. Now the European Union is reportedly considering a nuclear deterrent of its own and sharing France's weapons between member countries. The situation in Asia is even more unsettled. North Korea is fanatically pursuing its own arsenal of nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles. On Monday, it test-launched 4 of the rockets into the ocean, just 200 miles shy of Japan. And the American president has unconventional ideas.
By the way, this is from 2017.
About how Japan should prepare.
North Korea has nukes. Japan has a problem with that. I mean, they have a big problem with it. Maybe they would, in fact, be better off if they defend themselves from North Korea. Maybe we would be better off, including with nukes, yes.
Hey, Donald Trump, he's got the same take I do, baby. Let's go. Listen, Donald Trump's like, I've been watching this Hasanabi guy, believe me, very smart guy. We disagree on a lot, but there's one thing we agree on. Everyone needs a nuke. If you want to do nation building, you got to have a nuke, folks. You need a nuke, believe me.
All of this has experts worried about an era of renewed nuclear threat.
Nuclear armament for all.
And rogue actors who might seize on the instability. Among those sounding the alarm is William Perry, who served as Secretary of Defense under President Clinton.
Under Trump, this would have never happened.
Bill Perry has spent most of his life watching the world prepare for nuclear war, and he thinks we aren't nearly as scared as we should be.
I think the professionals in the field have a pretty good understanding of the impact of the use of nuclear weapons, but the general public certainly does not, and many of our leaders do not.
Perry's 89 years old. He lectures at Stanford, launched an online seminar last year, and travels the world 2 or 3 months a year to talk about how close we've come to catastrophe and how close we still are. He often talks about his nightmare scenario, where a small amount of enriched uranium ends up in the hands of a terrorist group.
If they had maybe 40 kilograms, they could make an improvised nuclear bomb.
But what would be the consequences?
The consequences of a
Bathtub nukes.
15 kiloton bomb would be Hiroshima, And besides the 80,000, 100,000 casualties, the social, the political, and the economic consequences are just really hard to believe.
How realistic is this, though? Isn't this just some sci-fi fantasy fear?
I think of all of the nuclear catastrophes that could happen, this is the most probable. I would say it's probably an even chance this will happen sometime in the next 10 years.
An even chance?
Even chance. Sometime in the next 10 years.
You may desperately want to dismiss Perry as an alarmist, but he's a renowned expert, often called upon by world leaders. I met him in Mexico City, where he was attending the celebration of a 50-year-old nuclear ban treaty and running a closed-door planning meeting for top nuclear proliferation experts from around the world, known as the Group of Eminent Persons. They made us turn off the camera. The truth is, the chance of a nuclear war is not what it once was. In the late 80s, there were 70,000 nukes around the world. Today, there are only about 15,000. But Perry's not comforted by better odds.
We have the possibility of a regional nuclear war between Pakistan and India, for example. Even if they use only half of their nuclear arsenal, those bombs would put enough smoke in the air and enough dust in the air that would go up and settle in the stratosphere, then distribute itself around the planet, would block the rays of the sun for years to come. There are going to be millions of people who die from that alone.
That's a horrific vision. Does it keep you up at night?
The one that really keeps me up at night is the one which is not as probable, and that is that somehow Russia and the United States blunder into a nuclear war. An all-out general nuclear war between the United States and Russia would mean no less than the end of civilization. That's not being dramatic, that's not being hyperbolic, that's just what would happen.
Today, Russia and the US have 90% of the world's remaining nukes, many of them old and prone to error and false alarm. And they're in the hands of leaders who Perry sees as having cavalier attitudes about their potential.
Are there things you see with President Trump that concern you?
Yes. I think, unlike President Obama, he doesn't have any clear understanding of what the nuclear issues are and what the nuclear dangers are. Secondly, I think he's demonstrated an impulsive temperament. The first of them is solvable. He can learn more.
Bro, what's this dude worried about, bro? If nuclear holocaust occurs, dog, you're like 90 years old, bro. You've already lived most of your life. A light breeze is capable of taking this homie out, you know? I'm sorry, but it's true.
Cares to do it. The temperament issue, I'm afraid, is just there.
And that's why at the age of...
Maybe he cares about other people or people in general. Guys, I'm joking. I understand. You guys are so stupid, dude. I'm joking, man.
Almost 90, you're here in Mexico City. And
wait, did this guy die already?
Exactly right. One person can only do so much, and I think I can do more than most.
You can scare us better than most.
I can scare you.
Nope, you still alive, 94 years old.
Deserve to be scared.
That's you in 5 days? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm old too.